Hey everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to RNG manipulate eggs in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum. This is different than Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but not by much. But if you're interested in that, I already have a video on that, so go check that out, please. This is going to first cover how to get the parents that you need, and then it's going to cover how to actually RNG manipulate the egg. And it's going to cover both how to get it shiny and how to get the IVs that you want on it. With all that out of the way, let's get underway with what we're going to need. First, I like to start with in-game stuff. So in-game, you're going to need a few Pokemon. I'm going to be getting the parents first. So for the parents, you're going to want a good Pokemon to catch with. And then you're going to want a Chatot with a recorded chatter. A lot of people ask me, how do you get a recorded chatter? All you need to do is know the move chatter, and it will appear like a field move. So then you can use it and actually record the sound that you want. See, it's asking me if I can use my microphone. And then you can make it sound like whatever you want. I just say ah into the microphone. You're also going to need a Pokemon with Sweet Scent. It can be literally any Pokemon. I've got a Roselia here. Then you're also, for later, you're going to want a Pokemon with Flame Body. So I would get a Slugma or anything like that. Ponyta maybe, whatever's easiest for you. Then you're also going to need the Coin Flip Poketch app. This will help you determine your initial seed. I also want to mention, you're going to need some rare candies in-game. You need this to level your Pokemon up after the egg hatches to determine which IVs you had to make sure if you hit the correct IV frame or not. The last thing you're going to need in-game is your secret ID. You can only find this one of two ways. You could have RNG manipulated it at the beginning of the game, or if you have a shiny Pokemon already, you can deduce it using that Pokemon's IVs, which I've got a video on if you want to check that out if you have a shiny Pokemon. That's everything we're going to need in-game. Out of game, we're going to need a few programs. We're going to need Pokefinder by Admiral Fish. Just get the latest version in the description. You're also going to need Eon Timer 3.0, and you're going to want to make sure it's set to the Gen 4 tab. All right, so with the setup out of the way, we can go over the actual tutorial itself. So as I said, first thing, we're going to be catching the parents, but we need to figure out what IVs the parents are going to need. So to do that, we're going to go into the Gen 4 tab of Pokefinder. Then we're going to click Egg. Now, once we're within the egg, we want to make sure that we've got a profile set up and that we're using it. So I'm using my Japanese Pearl version. If you don't have a profile set up, but you know your trainer ID and secret ID, you have to set one up. There's no box to put the TID and SID in. Okay, so make sure you've got the selected profile and click Searcher. Then for the method, we're going to select IVs. We can ignore PID advance for now. For the IV advance, this is how many Chatot flips you're willing to do. I would say that 100,000 is a lot. So we're going to cut that back to 1,000, and we'll start with more than 0. I would probably say we're going to start with 40. We'll start with 20. For the parents' IVs, leave them all at 31. For the genders, do 1 male and then 1 female. It doesn't matter the order that you do them in. In addition to that, if you are using a Ditto, you can select that instead. I will not be using a Ditto. Then select Show Inheritance. And for the filters, all we're going to do is care about the IVs for now. So I'm going for an Alakazam, and I want it to have perfect IVs for everything. Everything else, nature, ability, gender, they are all determined by PID. So only the IVs matter here. Delay 600 to 2000. That's fine for now. This is basically how long you're willing to wait at the title screen. And then hit search. You'll get a bunch of results really fast. And so what we can do here is, if you'll notice, there's a bunch of A's and B's. So first I'm going to sort this by the minimum advances, and I'm just going to take a peek at what the IVs are. So the A's and B's here are which parents the IVs are coming from, and then the rest of the IVs are generated by the egg itself naturally, right? So these three here, this means that this would come from parent B, which is the mom, and then this one comes from parent A, which is the dad. So all we need is one Abra with special defense and speed perfect, and another with attack perfect. I'm going to scroll down to see if I can find anything that I like. Okay, so I found this cool one with a 0 attack here and 31 defense. And it should be a male as well. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. So we're going to try and go for that one. So we're going to right click the seed and hit generate times for seed. All right. So in here, we're going to make sure the year is, normal year for us. And then we can hit generate again. Then we select any of these results from the date and time. Sometimes I like to find one that's like close to my birthday, but really whatever one you pick doesn't really matter. And then I hit, before you hit generate, you also want to make sure the calibration section here, the plus and minus 200. keep those as that, and the second set to plus and -1, and then hit generate after you've selected your result. So once that's done, we can turn the game off and actually set the date and time and do the first RNG for the parent. Now, keep in mind, it says 26 advances. There are going to be NPCs here. So we could end up missing some of our advances from the coin flips because the NPCs are going to be moving, but we'll deal with that when it comes to it. Okay, so the date and time here is 2022, my birthday. Then it is 11/21/59 is the seconds. Now we are in Eon Timer now, and there's a few things you need to make sure about Eon Timer. A calibrated delay for Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Make sure to always set that at 600 when you're first starting off. Calibrated second, never touch this. Target delay, we're going to set it to what it says in the delay section of seed to time. So 1660 is what we'll be aiming for. Now the target second is what it is on whatever seed. So 11/21/59, so we're aiming for 59. We also want to pay attention to this under here. It says minutes before target is 0. If that was anything other than 0, let's say that said minutes before target 1, my minutes here, 11:21, I would set that to 11:20 because that's 1 minute before my target of 11:21. Okay, so we're going to hit A on RDS and start on Eon Timer at the same time. And when the first timer finishes counting down, we're going to hit A to load the game up, and then after that, we're going to mash A to get to the save file select screen as fast as possible, and which we will hit A on when the second timer finishes counting down. All right, first one down. So I mashed A as fast as possible to get to this screen here. All right. Now this screen will be here. Hit B to close it, and I'm going to load up the game as fast as possible. So I paused the menu really quickly. That's just to stop any NPCs from moving. So what we're going to do here is use coin flip to figure out what our seed is. So I'm going to hit the search flips button. Okay, so with the search flips button, what we're going to do is close this and do our coin flips. So hit heads, and this NPC over there, if you can see him moving randomly, he is constantly advancing frames. And so because of that, even if we're on the right seed, we're going to be very far away from the arbor that we wanted, which is fine. Right now, we're just trying to get as close to our target as possible. We're going to stop doing coin flips once the results say possible results 1. Okay, it says possible results 1. I'll hit OK, and it will automatically highlight what I hit. So it says I hit delay 1667, and I hit the right seconds. So we're going to go into Eon Timer, and we're going to type 1667 and hit update. So it's going to change this for us. Now, the other thing to note here is my target delay was 1660, but what I hit was 1667. I cannot hit an even delay if I hit an odd delay. They are mutually exclusive. So that means this game with this year will always be hitting odd delays. So there's a few different things you can do about this, and I think the easiest one is to change the year. So I'm going to change this to 2021, and I'll hit generate again. And now it's going for 1661. So I'll re-highlight that and hit generate. And now my target delay is 1661, which is an odd delay. So I'm going to turn that off and redo everything. So the first thing to do is change the year to 2021. And then we can retry everything exactly as it was. We're also going to increase the target delay to 1661 because that's our new target delay. Otherwise, everything else is the same. So when you're as close as I was last time, like 1663, to your target delay, what you can actually do is try and verify it using just chat dots. Because again, the coin flips could potentially mess up your seed position. So copy your target seed, and then go into the Gen 4 Wild section and go into the generator. Paste your seed here, and make sure you're on the right route, and leave everything else alone, and hit generate. You can see it will put a list of chat dot pitches out for you, and we can try and listen to chat dot to see if we're on the right seed. So it's kind of high. So all lows should be higher. Low, high, low. So I'm trying to use these pitches to identify where I am. So that was a low one. This should be a pretty high pitched one. It should be lower, but not like low. Yeah, you can tell that was 3 lows and then a high right away. So we are on seed. So it says we are aiming for, I think, advanced 26. Yes, we are. So we're going to be going for, we're going to stop at 25. And so this is our target Abra here that you can see at 26. Oh boy. You can see our target Abra was here. And now we're going to use Sweet Scent. We should get an Abra. It should be a male. Good so far. I think Quick Ball is probably the play. All right, perfect. We've caught our father, and now we have to catch the mom. So the mom is going to be largely the same exact process. So first we'll save, and we can basically just do exactly the same thing over again. We'll go into Searcher. The only difference is we'll switch Defense and Special Defense, because that's what the mom had, and we'll hit Search again. Oh, actually, we have to make sure that it is a female. So we can take a look at this one. Seems fine to me. All that matters is 31 Special Defense. It's pretty bad Abra otherwise, but that just goes to show you how powerful using the breeding RNG properly is. So we're going to generate times for seed for that. So you notice it's even on 2021 this time, and last time it was odd, so we need to switch that to 2022. And make sure to set up Eon Timer again. You can leave your calibrated delay the same, but change your target delay and your target second. So I'm doing 1751, and my target second is 18. We'll go for 7. And the time is 1:00:18. That means, and it says 1 minute before, right? Yeah, so it's actually 0:59. Okay, so we can start Eon Timer and save our game at the same time. All right, so I'm going to give it just a chat out pitch listen instead of doing any coin flips because of these NPCs. Oh, that was low into mid. All right, we're on it. So I believe our target. Okay. And this should be a female Abra. All right, excellent. It also will tell us the level, which it is correct. Okay. So now that we have both parents, we can actually move on to the breeding phase. Okay, so now that we have both parents, we can take a look at what's going on in our Gen 4 egg section here. So if you see, it says parent B needs to have the attack and defense. Since we don't care about attack, we're just taking a look at the defense, which parent B has. So parent B was actually the first Pokemon I caught. It was the male Abra, and the female Abra had 31 in special defense, which is that. So it's since A is the female with 31 in special defense, we're going to put her in first. And then we're going to put the male in second. And then we're going to save the game. Okay, so now that we've got this set up, what we're going to do is right-click this and hit Generate Times for Seed. And we're going to put that window away. Then we're going to actually go for the PID generation. So we're going to do PID. And like I said, PID advance should be 10 to 30. Delay, keep the same. Now, all of this stuff doesn't matter that much. But what does matter is what we want over here in the filters section. So for ability, I want ability 0. You can look that up on Cerebi. For gender, I don't care about that. Gender ratio, it's 75-25. For shiny, there's 4 options. There's any, star, square, or star square. The star and square stuff has to do with Gen 8 and how Gen 8 displays its shinies. So if you want a square shiny or a star shiny for Gen 8, you can pick here. I'm going to do star/square since I do not intend to transfer this. As for nature, make sure that you check the nature that you want. I'm going for a timid one. And if you are using Masuda, check the box. I would not use Masuda. You don't need it. Same with Everstone. You're not going to need it. So do not use those. And then once that's done, hit search and you will get tons of results. So now you can see that there are a lot of results. I'm probably going to pick something with 20 coin flips, I would say. Got a male star Abra here. So I'll generate times for that seed as well. So this is the seed to time for the actual shininess and stuff like that. So again, I can only hit odd delays. So I've got an even delay here. We're going to have to change that to 2021. Then we're going to hit generate down here. Same thing, delay plus minus 200 seconds plus minus 1. So we've got our target here, and we can set the delay in Eon Timer to 1861. We can leave everything else the same. The target seconds is 11. And we can change the date and time now. 2021, and it is 11. And then it is 700. Eon Timer says minutes before target is 1, so we're going to do 6:59, and then we will do the Eon Timer process. Okay. Now, the coin flips are both how we find our initial seed and how we do the advances. So again, it says advances 20. So we're going to get onto advance number 20. So that all that means is we have to do 20 coin flips. Let's use the coin flips to see if we're on the right seeder. All right, so I hit 1859, so I was just one early. All right, time to check our seed. Now we're looking for a tails lead. So tails. All right, so we are on 3 now. So that's our third coin flip. 1, 2, 3. So we're going for 4. And now again, we can double check this by checking the coin flip. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 is a heads. We landed on heads. And now we just run around until the old man has an egg. Oops. Don't have my bike registered, I guess. So now that he has an egg, I'm going to get my Flame Body Pokemon. Okay, once you're in front of him, what you're going to do is make sure your Flame Body is in the lead and then hit save. Okay, and then once you do that, you can actually just receive the egg from the old guy, and we're going to just check to see if it's shiny. The IVs are not done yet. Okay, I repeat, they're not done yet. The IVs are generated when we receive the egg from him. All right, it's hatching. Let's take a look at it. I think that's shiny. It is very hard to tell with Abra, but we can check the nature and the actual thing itself. Yep, it is shiny, and also that is timid. I know it's in Japanese, but I promise that's timid. So it's that done. We can turn it off. I know it might be a little scary to turn it off on a shiny, but I promise you that shiny is preserved forever as long as you do not say no to the egg. So now what we're going to do is take a look at the other seed to time that we've got, which is for our IVs, and we're going to now do the IV RNG. So the IV RNG is a bit tougher. We hit the seed and everything the same way. The issue is that there's roaming NPCs outside who can move in between you speaking to the old man and closing the menu. So the first thing we're going to do is set up the actual generator for IVs. So we're going to copy the seed that we pasted a while ago, and we're going to put it into the generator. In the generator, we're going to leave it on IVs, and we're going to paste our seed here. We're going to set the parents, we're going to show inheritance, and we're going to lower the max advances because we're not going that high. And then for everything else, we can just leave it blank. So I believe it was like in the 20s or 30s. Let me see. Yep, here is, yep, it is 30 advances. Here's our exact target. And so you can see again, attack and defense are from Pokemon B. So, and you know, you could change that value to be right now it displays as 31, but that's just because, you know, the attack here is 31. So we change this to like 7 right? We hit generate, that switches to 7. So this can be really whatever. Okay, so now that we're going for advanced 30, we are going to take a look at our chatouts here, and we're going to try and hit the correct initial seed. So again, that works the same way as it has the entire time we've been doing this. Luckily, it's an odd delay on 2022, so we don't have to change anything there. We keep the delay plus 200, plus minus 1, and hit generate. So the way I like to do this is try and find your seed 1 or 2 times, or like calibrate using coin flips only. And then once you're done, like once you're, within 1 or 2 delays, you can then start just using chatouts to try and get onto your seed. So the date and time is 2022, 5/28. Okay. 1977 is the delay, and the target hours is 4 with 57 minutes and 59 seconds. All right. 59, and target delay is 1977. All right, and we just do what we've been doing. Okay, so now that that's done, we are going to do coin flips to find our current seed. So again, just don't even try and get the egg. Just do the coin flips. All right, tails. So we're already not on seed. Could be 2 tails in a row. 3 tails in a row. This is not even visible on my little screen here. 1975. So we were 1 delay early. So we'll make an adjustment in EonTimer for that. Oh, and we were actually early on the seconds as well. All right. So we'll regenerate that, and we'll just go again. But because our delay was so close, what I will do is just go for the chatouts immediately this time. Okay, so now that we're dialed in and we're going to be actually going for the IVs, what we need to make sure of is, in order to have the correct IVs, we need to make sure that the parents' IVs are in the correct spots. And this is because if you see check inheritance here, right? It says this is coming from parent A. If I uncheck that, that says 31. That is not what I have in parent A. So parent A was the girl, and she had 0, 0, 0, 0, 31, and then 8. And the father had, I believe it was 4, 0, 31, and then 18, 2, and 12. Can it generate here? And it will now actually show the proper IVs. And so when we go over to 30, it'll show exactly what the abra that we're getting is. Okay, so now let's get our attempt underway. All right, so we're going to go right to the chatouts. No movement from the NPCs that I saw. It was kind of low. It could be this one. It was high. Could be this. I think it could be. There's a lot of mediums. It's hard to tell. We need like a low, low or a high, high to tell. Here we go. Okay, we're definitely on seed. Now, our IV spread is on advanced 30, so we're going to stop at 29. Because receiving the egg counts as an advance. Now, you can see what happened. It might have been hard to catch, but that trainer turned. So we definitely didn't receive it. Okay, so it's hatching. Like I said, the IVs are going to be wrong. But what we can do is check to see how far it had advanced. Oops. What we can do is open our Abra up, and we can take a look in the IV calculator to see where we're at. So Pokefinder has a built-in IV calculator. We want to set it to Diamond and Pearl, we want to set it to Abra, and we want to set it to Timid. Then we're going to input the stats here, which I've done. And when you click find IVs, it's blank. So add a row again. And we can just level them up using rare candies. And so we take a look at the IVs here. Now we've got a nice, decent range. So what we can do is take those IVs and put them into the Gen 4 eggs filter over here. So we're going to put them over here in this section. So we're looking for, and we can even take a peek without even entering them. So we're looking for 30 to 31 HP and 0 to 9 attack. It might just be better to search. So it's 30, 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 15 to 23, 24 to 29, and 4 to 19. And hit generate. So it looks like we were exactly 1 late. Thank you to the moving NPC. Okay. Okay. So we're going to listen to the chats again. All right, we're probably here in medium. So what I want to do is I want to get rid of these NPCs' compulsion to move. So what I'm going to do is let them do some advances. So they both just moved. So what I'm hoping is now that they're not going to move instantly. So it's kind of low. Whoa. That was really low. Yep, right here. So you have to use the chat out pitches to re-identify where you're at. All right, here we are. So now we're going to have to try and get no movement from them. So that was pretty good. It seemed anyway. I saw no movement, but an off-screen NPC could have easily moved. All right, egg is ready to hatch. Let's see what we've landed on. All right, we can check the IVs in here. All right, so open up the IV calculator. Let's see. Okay, and we're gonna just calc them using some rare candies. So after doing all these rare candies, you can see that the Abra has 30 to 31 and everything, and I think that is enough to declare that we have hit the exact Abra frame. So as you can see, this is a bit of a like mixed, like it's kind of hard to tell what you're doing. I think the letting the NPCs move, and then once they're done moving, pausing and refining your seed, that's probably the best strategy. But you can do other things like, you know, going for an earlier frame or something like that. But I hope this was helpful for you guys, and if you enjoyed watching this, please consider giving a sub, and if you have any questions or anything like that, leave them down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Thank you to all of my channel members. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate your support on stream and for the videos. If you guys want to become a channel member, you can do it for as low as $2.99. You get access to my videos early and some cool emotes to use in my streams. In addition, if I hit 30 channel members, I'm going to be doing the Gen 4 Battle Frontier instead of just the Gen 3 Battle Frontier. So that will be fun. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.